Happy Wednesday, everyone. I have a market update for you and I'm going to get right into it. But first, I want you to stick around to the end because I kind of have a little bit of a big announcement, something I'm adding to my business, and I am really excited to tell you all about it. So stick around to the end. First, we're going to start off with, obviously, what's on everyone's mind, what is going on here in the Villages with home sales. So I can tell you it's all over the place. There are homes that are still way overpriced, but I am seeing homes coming to market that are now a little bit more realistic. And what I mean by that is I'm really dialing in now on the cost per square foot. If the home has a pool and it's in good condition, you know, a little bit over $300 a square foot is about what they're going for. If it doesn't have a pool, it has to be in the mid-twos, depending on what the interior looks like, any type of work that needs to be done, and also the dreaded turnkey. And watch this video from last week if you need more information about what I think about turnkey, what it means to you, what it means to purchasing a home and selling a home turnkey. But so prices are overall starting to come down. Again, like I just said, I've seen toured homes that are still a little out of whack, and unfortunately they're going to sit on the market. So for example, and I don't know if you're going to be able to really see this. Well, I have this chart from the MLS. It's original sale price against the sold sale price. And the telltale is what I was talking about. If you look here, this is July. This is August. And if you've been watching me for any length of time, way back when I did the video, and I'll link that up above, about the market crashing, that we were not going to see this until August, because the homes that we were speaking of in June and July all were negotiated April and May and the beginning of June. And it really didn't start to affect the market until like the second or third week of June when we saw everything start to decrease. So here, this is the original sale price. This is the sold sale price. Now I told you back then we were gonna see this in August, where they listed them too high and everyone had to drop their price to get it sold. See here, this was July, and there's just a little bit of a difference, and this is the median price. So it's going to take, it's not an average, it's the high, the low, this is in the middle. So it's not taking an average, it's in the middle. So there's very little difference in July, but there's a big gap in August. I'm really going to run this again at the end of September to see where we're at, but I think we're still going to start to see a steady decline as sellers become more realistic and what they can expect from the price of their home. Now, buyers, do not always blame your realtor, because a lot of the time the seller has in mind what they want. They've talked to their friends, they saw what the market was like, and we can't always change their mind. So we have two options: to walk away or to list it for what they want, and it sits on the market and then they get mad at us because it didn't sell. It's a fact. But most of the time, because we're in sales and we want to make our customers happy, you know, we try to guide them, but we can't always guide them in the right direction. That's the thing. Okay. Also, I ran a couple numbers, and I usually do this. I don't show you the charts. I do this before I come on. But I have some statistics for 32163 and 32162. I do not run anything for 32159. There's a portion of the Villages that's in Lady Lake that's 32159, but those numbers get skewed with 3259 that's Lady Lake. That has nothing to do with the Villages. It's its own little world, so I don't really bother with that. 32162, so now that's everything just north of 466. I mean, excuse me, scratch that, just north of 44. A little bit north of 44 is where the 32162, and that is really the bulk of the villages. That's the bulk of the zip code right now, is 32162. So in the month of July, there were 44 homes closed, 68 new listings. There was a total of 114 in inventory. The percent of homes that sold for cash was 63%, which was up 51% from a year ago. So that still tells me, and I see that not as much down south, that people are still buying cash. And as the interest rates go up, they're going to continue to buy with cash. Then once we get to 32163, and also remember, regardless of the zip code, the numbers that I'm speaking of only apply to the MLS, because we do not have data from the VLS. To pull any kind of information, you actually have to go to the home, the address. Once it's recorded into public record, then you can see what the home sold for in public record. So again, 117 active in July of 2022. And then I didn't run for August yet. I'll wait to the end of the month to give you that data. In 32163, of course, there's less inventory. We had 25 active in July. We had 13 new listings, 8 were sold, and median time to contract, 7 days in 2163 in July, 16 days in 32162. So it took a little longer for the homes to sell up north than it did in the south, but I'm going to chalk that up to we don't have a lot of inventory. So there are people that want to move down here, but there's just no inventory. And here we had 12% of the sales were cash, down from 39.1 last year that were cash. So I think it's interesting. It's interesting that now again, this is what was recorded for July. We'll see what happens once we get into August. I do put out an episode, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, which comes out on a Friday. You have to sign up for my email newsletter to get that. You can do that on my website. Here's my website, RobynCavallaro.com. Or you click the link below. This is the only way for you to get this information. It's kind of like a one-on-one. I go through 6 or 7 homes and just with the listing information, and I talk about the homes. What I see from the photos and the information provided, if I think they're good, if I think they're bad, or I think they're ugly. And I will rip them apart because this is a private consultation between you and I, because you have requested that information. That link is not discoverable on YouTube. You have to get the link from my email newsletter. So please don't forget to sign up for that. And last, this is a real quick update because I am going to video another episode, so you might want to stick around, all about buying a second home. A lot of information that you're going to need to know if you want to purchase a second home as a rental property, or if you just want to purchase a second home. Things you need to know here in the villages. But the big news that I have for you is that this has come up several times in the past however many months, especially when buyers are out of town, or even if they're in town. They want to have someone bipartisan working with them to find a home. Now, and what I'm saying about this is I'm starting a consulting arm to my business. And what that means for you, the buyer, is that when you're here in the villages, I can show you, or whomever you choose, MLS listings. But if you are going to purchase a home from the villages and you need for me to go with you or video the homes for you, report back the information, and guide you and stay with you through the entire process, I'm available to do that as a consultant. You would compensate me if you purchase a VLS home, and we will discuss that privately. And I don't want to put that information out on the internet. You can reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you end up purchasing an MLS home, well, then I get compensated from the seller in the form of a commission. I tell you like it is. So if you're interested in learning more, discovering more about how I can help you in your village's home search, prompting me to try to help people solve a problem. Also, this comes up often, which is why I'm offering this second service, would be to help you find a rental. Rentals are very difficult to find here in the villages, and there's probably 8 or 9 different places to look for them. A lot of renters don't know where they are, if it's a good area, if they like the area. So it's basically like me going into the home when you're going to buy it, but I will go into the home and video it or tell you about it, to give you my thoughts. And I can do that for rentals. That'll be a flat fee. And again, if you're looking for a rental and you need assistance, we have to go through so many different channels to find you a rental that I want to be able to add that service for you as well. So 2 new services, consulting to help you with your VLS search. And also, if you are looking for a rental here in the villages, you can hire me to help you, assist you with that rental search. And I think that's it for this episode. Remember, I'm Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a licensed realtor here in the state of Florida. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, or if you need assistance consulting or finding a rental, you know who to call. And if you like this episode, you're going to want to stay tuned for this one, because I got a lot of other good information. And don't forget, the good, the bad, the good, the not so bad, and the ugly comes out Friday. Get on that email newsletter list. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, I'll see you.